guys, it's Finn. Sorry, I'm laughing because I've just put some cardboard in to wake these up and now they're really awake. But anyway, at least you can say hello. Well, one of them's awake. The other's being lazy. Anyway, hello. It's been ages, so I thought it was about time I did a general catch-up video. I do apologise, I've been in the thick of revision. I've just had no time to do anything, so there's loads of emails I need to reply to on my Facebook page, I need to update my blog and all sorts, so I'll do that. I've got 4 months off now, and apart from volunteer work I'm pretty free, so I'm going to get everything up to date. So yeah, message me if there's anything you want to know or whatever, or want me to do a vlog about, and I'll try and do that. Calm down. Right, okay, so let's start about catching up with me and Drew. My last video about me and Drew was me talking about how I'm just finding it really hard to adjust to being a gay man, you know, and I still am, if I'm honest. I'm still finding it hard. I'm kind of okay with Drew and calling him he, and that's okay, but it's all about my identity really at the moment. And I think it's what I said last time as well, it's that it's not that I've got a problem with being gay, it's just that I'm not gay. And I've had so many years of having an identity put on me that wasn't me. You know, people calling me female and I wasn't female. And I've fought for this identity, and now, because I've got a boyfriend, people assume I'm gay. And that's not how I define myself, so they treat me a certain way. And I had an example of this. I went away for a revision weekend last month. And, you know, I was just chatting to a group of women, and they kind of went, oh, well, you're married, you know, how does your wife deal with your studying? And I said, oh, it's husband or husband-to-be. And they were like, oh, well, really sorry. But then after that, everything changed. The way they were talking to me changed. It was all of a sudden, you know, I was included in their conversations about their boyfriends and how silly men are and sex and stuff like that. And fundamentally, I realised I was being treated like one of the girls. And that's just absolutely devastating for me. I don't want to be treated as one of the girls. I'm a man, and okay, yes, they see me as a man, but, you know, after so many years, and suddenly people are treating me and responding to me as the man that I am, to suddenly have it flipped on its head and have people back treating me like one of the girls is just, oh, it was really hard. And I found myself, and a lot of times, just using the word partner and not saying a gender for Drew. It's yeah, it's really difficult to get my head around, and it's just going to be a case of learning to accept it. It's nothing to do with my love for him. My love for him is my love for him. It's there, it's real, it exists. I have no, you know, there's no way I want to leave or anything like that, but it's going to take some time for this to adjust, and actually kind of reflecting on identity and really understanding now how the grieving process that's talked about, that partners and friends and family go through when we transition, it's so palatable for me now, because I really understand that concept of grieving for an identity. I mean, when I came out, Drew was, of course, grieving for, you know, our relationship as woman and woman. And so I'm going through that kind of grieving process as well now, that not just grieving for the loss of who Drew was, but also the loss of what our relationship was. Yeah, it's really surreal, actually. It really is. But I'm definitely more okay about it, and I'm gradually kind of, you know, adjusting, but it's going to be an ongoing process, really, and he is due hormones any time this late summer. He got his appointment cancelled recently, so it's been put off a bit. But, you know, by the end of the year he'll be on hormones, and then for us the real tests will come, and we'll see how that happens. You know, neither of us know. We didn't know with me, and we don't know with him, so time will tell. Hang on, I've written some stuff down so I don't forget stuff I wanted to say. Yeah, that was it about Drew. In terms of me, my lower surgery, I think I did put a video up about the fact that I've put it off. It was all getting too much with stuff with Drew, trying to get my head around that, and just feeling generally unwell, mentally and physically. I kind of decided just to delay that for a bit, so I'm waiting for a date for August. I really want one soon, you know. If they have it done in August, that's perfect, because I don't really start my studies until October and then November, so it'll give me a bit of time to kind of get myself well, so I'm hoping that's going to happen for around about, anywhere over the 14th of August I'm free, so that's what I'm hoping. But in general, things have just really improved. I mean, I've been really working hard with this exam stuff, and I've been really focused, and I quite like it when I'm really focused, and you know, I've got a routine going. That's where I kind of function the best, I think. I also mentioned last time that I was having trouble with just general ill health, and I pulled my neck and I pulled my back, and I just felt really bleh. So I kind of had a bit of a change around of everything I do, and I stopped the weights and I stopped running, and I started doing swimming and doing yoga, Pilates, body balance sort of stuff. It's really good. I feel absolutely fantastic. I feel the healthiest I've felt for a while. I feel really strong and fit. Swimming is just wonderful. It's still weird. Coming out that changing room, I feel like I want to walk like that. It's really quite odd, and I find myself ducking down in the water sometimes. And I find myself doing... Oh, sorry about that. I find myself doing the old thing I used to do. You know, if blokes looked at me, I'd kind of look away, because, you know, you think they're eyeing you up, and I have to remember I'm not female, I'm male, so it's fine. It's weird. But yeah, I'm loving the freedom of swimming, and my scars aren't too bad either, so I've been quite lucky with that. I had this realisation though, right, about the weights and stuff. I think, subconsciously, I'm going to do a whole other video on this as well, because I think it's a big topic in itself. I was kind of clinging on to wanting to do weights and wanting to run. And I hadn't really thought about it like this, but I had a kind of like reflection moment. And I think there was a lot to do with like masculinity within that. To suddenly swap to swimming and yoga felt a bit, you know, soft. Which is daft. I know it's daft. And it wasn't something I was consciously thinking. It was just something that after I made the change came to me. And I think maybe, you know, that hanging on to I've got to do running and weights to be a man, which is just ridiculous. So I kind of was hanging on to a way of exercise, and it was just perpetuating me feeling unwell. And now that I've kind of woken up and stopped doing that, hey presto, I feel a lot better. I am usually the only man in the body balance and yoga classes. There are sometimes a couple of other guys, but I'm definitely, you know, overshadowed by women. And that's not always a bad thing. But yeah, I've kind of got over that now, and I love it. I am going to start back on the weights at some point, but I'm not going to focus on really, like, I'm being driven and I want to get big. It's just, you know, part of health and fitness for me. You're a monkey. But no, for me, swimming is the way forward. I just absolutely love it. I'm getting so much stronger as well. So yeah, what else have we got? Anything else happening here? No, I'm just feeling really good, really. Oh, my laser hair removal, I've got one more, but it's pretty much non-hairy, as you can see, so, you know, that's good. I do get a few grow back, but not many. It's, if anything, I'll just need a little bit of electrolysis once I've had it done, but I shouldn't need much, so that's good. And in terms of kind of, I'm getting more hairy. I'm having a hair influx stage at the moment. My beard is now absolutely wonderful. I'm loving that. Keep it nice and short though, because it's itchy. Chest hair, but I've got to show you my belly hair. This is just getting fantastic now. Oh, it's just like having a hairy jacket on all the time. I'm so hot and sweaty. That's disgusting, Finley. So yes, I've wanted this happy trail for a long time, and now it's gone beyond happy. It's ecstatic. So that's good. Just generally feeling. I still get anxiety, I still do, but you know what, I went to this revision weekend and I was quite anxious. You know, it's residential and I don't deal well in spaces where I've got to sleep somewhere that isn't my bed anyway. I don't like that. I never have done. It was easier because it's en suite and what have you, but... and you know, there's about, oh god, how many people were there? 80 odd, I suppose, in our little bit. And people en masse and kind of having to gel, and that is awful for me. It's really difficult. And there was like socials in the evening, and I'm partly deaf anyway because of this ear infection. I'll mention that in a minute. This ongoing ear thing is making my hearing difficult, but I can't hear when lots of people are talking at once anyway. So I was feeling a bit like, whew. But not in a really kind of anxiety-provoking oof way. It was just like, ugh, this is too much, and that's okay. And I've found suddenly I've got this new level of acceptance of my anxiety and social issues. They are a hell of a lot better than they ever were. Oh my god, they're so much better. I don't quake in a corner now. I go out, you know, I socialise, I can push through and do these things. But I'm having this realisation now that it's just okay. I might improve even more than I am now, I might not. But either way, it's actually okay. I'm alright with being this slightly nervy. It's okay. I'm not the only one. I'm not that big of a people person as I thought I was. You know, in my drinking days I had to be the life and soul of the party because otherwise I felt worthless. I needed people around me and lots of people really wanted me in their space to feel worthwhile, and I don't need that as much now. And if I feel a bit clunky and awkward and that, it's alright. It's alright. So that's really nice to kind of come to with that. And at the moment I'm having a real kind of arm waving session. I'm having a real kind of like new wave of acceptance in certain areas. There's kind of like, I've seen change in areas and then they've plateaued, and then I move into acceptance. I keep seeing this happen throughout my transition. I'll suddenly increase in one area and then it'll just plateau, and then acceptance, and then something else will change and acceptance, and this keeps happening. And of course with Drew transitioning as well, that's feeding into that. So, oh my god, you know, I could either look at all this and go, oh, it's just too mental, or I can look at this in the way I do favour looking at it, in the, look at this learning process I'm going through, you know, this whole kind of really knowing myself and what I've gone through, and then having Drew mirror exactly what I've gone through, so that I see what happened to me in him, and also what happened to him in me. It is hard, and you know, of course I wouldn't choose this, but it's what I've got, and it's given me a lot more than it's taken away. Absolutely. So yeah, that's a bit of a rambly catch up. I've got so much to say, and I'm filling a book at the moment about all sorts of stuff I want to blog and vlog about. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll update soon. I'm going to get Drew on with me again and do a little talk together. And yes, people keep asking me if he's going to do a YouTube channel. I don't know. He's a lot shyer than I am. We did a thing in the paper, if anyone saw that. And I wanted to do it. It was Trans Awareness Month, and I felt really, you know, to show a story that wasn't your average transgender story was something that motivated me to do it, and he wanted to do it as well. But the aftermath for him was too hard. You know, we knew we were going to have like difficult comments from it. Of course you are. There'd be no point with these stories going out there if there wasn't some negativity coming back, because the whole point is to change people's perceptions, thoughts, etc. But I'm much more public than Drew is, and that's fine. So he might do just his own private channel, and just, if he gets to know people, then share it with them like that. I don't know, but I'll continue to drag him on here anyway. So yes, okay, I will leave it there. We have, is there another gerbil up here? Are you in there? What are you doing? Oh, good morning. Hello. There is another one, look. Hello. Oops, sorry. At least you've got to say hi to him. Okay, I'll leave it there then, peeps. As I say, give me a message if there's anything you want me to cover. I'm at Pride tomorrow, Saturday. If you're over in Oxford, come and say hello. I'll either be on the Pride in Recovery stall, which is another video about recovery, LGBT recovery, or I'll be on the Oxford Friend stall, which is a fantastic support group for people in the Oxford area. So yeah, come and see me, come find me at Pride. Take care, everybody.